Mm. Too far away. Too much computer back. Hello, and welcome to the Ask Arlene Show, the show where you get to ask the questions and I answer them. It's a pleasure to join you again each week as we're on every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. I am a coach, a life coach, your host, and I specialize in the area of momentum and peak performance, which means that I help you to move forward in that business, project, or endeavor. So have you ever wanted to start a business, but you just haven't seemed to do it? Or you have a business already and you've been wanting to 10x that business, take it to the next level. You know exactly what you need to do, but you just haven't seemed to do it. Or maybe business is not your thing at all. Your thing is, I've always wanted to write a book. I know what I'd like to write about. It's in my heart, it's in my mind, but I just haven't seemed to be able to do it. Well, you're in the right place today because what you need is a momentum and or peak performance coach to help you to move forward in that project, business, or endeavor. Now, for some of you, as you know, we've been talking, your thing is not business. It's not writing a book, but you still need a coach because you want to lose that 10 extra pounds. Now, guys, we all know that if we'd like to lose weight, we walk around the block. We eat more vegetables, more salads, less of the fried foods, but we just don't seem to be able to do it. So right now, what we're doing is running a challenge, okay? So you're in the right place today. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the challenge in a minute. But for those of you who don't know who I am and you've never met me before, I want you to know how I came into this. So I have several degrees, including master's degree and credits toward a doctorate. I've worked in corporate America and for companies like AIG. I've worked for the DNC, which is the Democratic National Committee in politics, and worked on President Obama's campaign in the battleground state of Florida. So I've done a lot of things. I've been out there, and specifically, I worked as a Chamber of Commerce president for several chambers of commerce. So at one point, this was my struggle because I got recruited for a job clear across the country. And it was out of 300 people that they selected me for this particular position. So I was being called by reporters in New York. My PR person was being called by reporters to get insight on me. Really, they were looking for dirt, but they weren't able to find any because there wasn't any. But I moved to this location, took this job, and then the new board of directors came in subsequent to that, and I was fired because the new board wanted their own person. So I was really stuck, guys. And then shortly after that, my mom, who was one of the closest people to me, she passed away from an incurable disease. And I had to watch her step by step as she just went and passed away. So I was really stuck, guys, after that public firing where my face was on the cover of the newspaper and the cover of the magazine and it said fired. It was really rough. So I first did nothing because I just couldn't. And then I started looking for other methods in which so that I could go ahead and just get started and get up and start moving again. So I started getting the tapes and getting the books and getting the videos and really not trying because I hate that word, but endeavoring to move forward. And I found a route. I found conferences. I found materials. And now what we do here is help you to move forward in that business, project, or endeavor by using some of those same tools and techniques. So I've written a book. It's called The 10 Secrets to getting unstuck, and overcoming fear. And in addition to that, we've created a mastermind group, guys, so that you can be assisted in moving forward with that business project or endeavor. So we're really excited for you to join us. You can connect with us at bit.ly/ capital A for Ask and capital A for Arlene. Nice and simple. bit.ly/Ask Arlene. So the idea is that by listening and by participating with us, and I like to call it playing with us, you're going to win in your business project or endeavor. So today, what are we talking about, Arlene? We are talking about how to move forward in the area of weight loss. So the idea is I'm usually talking about the 10 secrets, and that you need to visualize and you need to move forward through clarity, determining exactly what it is that you want to win at and moving forward in it. But one of the things that we've really come across a lot is people in our groups and on our teams that are struggling with weight loss. So when we feel better, we do better. So if you are 150 pounds, but you're really supposed to be 140 pounds, you have 10 extra pounds that you're dragging around with you, and that's weighing you down in terms of your making progress. So we came up with an ideal, simple way, a simple challenge for all of us to participate in, okay? And this challenge is for you to do 5,000 steps per day. So it's 5K per day, 5,000 steps. So with this challenge, we're going to have the winner to come on the show at the end and talk about their journey. And also, you're going to talk about your project, your business, or your endeavor on the show with us, and tell us how you were able to be enhanced through this 5K per day challenge. So what do you have to do? How are you going to do this? So we picked this 5K per day challenge for you to walk the 5,000 steps per day and win because it's so simple. It's foolproof. Every day we're going online via Facebook Live or Instagram Live. And if you're in the group, then you'll know exactly when we're going on. And the beauty of walking is that you don't need weights. You don't have to go to the gym for this particular challenge. So that excuse that says, oh, I don't have the money to go to the gym, it's done. That's not a variable. Or you don't have to jump up and down because some of us have bad knees and we really don't want to injure ourselves. That's off the table. All we're doing is walking, guys, 5,000 steps per day. And we're inviting you to go online if you've not already done so. Click on my name, the Ask Arlene Show on YouTube, or the Ask Arlene Show on Facebook, and look at some of the other people that are participating with us in the mastermind group, walking these 5,000 steps per day. So as we all know, COVID is upon us. Every station that you watch, CNN, ABC, NBC, everybody's talking about COVID-19 and how it's expanding and it's getting worse and it's killing off the people who look like us at alarming rates. So here's a way for us to fight back. Here's a way for us to move forward one step at a time and make a difference and touch, move, and inspire ourselves to make a difference. Also, some of us have kids that used to go to school. The kids were active, and now the kids are not going to school. Now they're not walking around at all. Okay, so here's an opportunity for them to begin to get some fresh air, go outside, smell a rose. Well, it depends on where you live. In our area, there probably are no roses to smell. But nevertheless, the idea is that we're going to go outside and see some of the greenery. So yesterday, I was on live with several people. Lakeish, who is a business owner, she does lashes and she does facials. She's into the beauty industry. I was on live with a lady who is also in the beauty industry. If you go on there, you'll see it. She talked with us. We had several gentlemen on, one by the name of, what was his name, guys? Yes, Brandon was on with us as well. And so the idea is that everybody's moving forward and taking one step closer to being fit and being the best version of ourselves. So it's only 5,000 steps per day. So there are some people who do 20,000 steps per day, and they go to the gym and they lift heavy weights. And some of those are a part of our team as well. And if you do more, that's great. We don't want to stop you. We want you to continue to do more, but join the group, join the team, so that you can also encourage somebody else. Maybe that young person who has not been walking, who's not been a part of, really making a difference for themselves and being motivated to move and lose some weight. But just by seeing you and talking with you in the group, now they're willing to do it and get up off the couch and make a difference and make a change. So we're inviting everybody to participate. But then let's say you are on the other end of the spectrum, and we're going to go to break in just a couple of minutes. But let's say you've not walked in the past. You've pretty much been sitting on the couch or just focusing on your business, because we know that a lot of us computers now, and we're typing computers because we're trying to expand our business. And some of us had businesses that were outside, and we were, had brick and mortar businesses, but now we're exclusively online. And so you're sitting more. And so you can't walk 5,000 steps. Okay. Maybe you have that excess weight or you have knee issues. We're still inviting you to join us, guys, and take one step closer to ending that step towards being a part of the COVID-19 problem and take a step forward to being part of the solution. Okay, so if you can only do 3,000 steps, do 3,000 steps, but still join us. Because guys, the collective consciousness of everyone working together, having that consciousness to say, we're going to be more healthful and we're going to do more and be more and become more. It's going to inspire you. And hopefully you're going to share the link with other people as well. People that you know who are not walking. You have that friend. Now, you have that friend who lives down the block from you, and you know that she needs to get up and walk, or he needs to get up and walk, and would do well and be benefited by being a part of a group of people who are working toward empowering themselves and doing better. Send the information over to them. Okay. It's bit.ly/Ask Arlene, capital A for Ask, capital A for Arlene. Or you want to subscribe to the Ask Arlene Show on YouTube so that they can get an idea of what's going on and when we're meeting, and join us on the walks. Or just go on live every day, okay, between now and the end of the year at 12 o'clock and walk with us. Okay, go on live and walk with us. So we're doing it live. So yesterday and the day before, the first day I walked in the park with all the snow. And then that was a bit much. So those of you that were on live, you actually saw me slipping and sliding and just one step from really falling down and making it a less positive experience. But then the following day, I went to the lake. And so we were at the lake walking where they had cleared all the snow, and it was a lot less eventful. But we still walked, and we talked about, some people got on and talked about their businesses. Other people talked about the journey and how they need a coach, and they're excited about being coached and the successes that they're having. And once again, we're about to go to break, but I'm letting you know that we're going to be posting our daily walks on the Facebook page. So you're going to go to Arlene Mclaren and you'll see the link there, and you're going to post yourself walking and show us how you're doing it, whether you're doing it in the mall or you're doing it at the park or you're just walking inside. Guys, it's only 5,000 steps. And so you can go from the bedroom to the bathroom, and just get up more. The concept is that we're moving, and by us moving, we're going to feel better and we're going to do better. And whatever it is that's your project, business, or endeavor, it's going to be more successful if you feel better. Okay. And we're tracking it. The idea is that, and this is not a sponsorship for Fitbit, although if you do have access to them as far as a sponsor, yes, please feel free to let me know, because we'd love to have them as a sponsor. But here's my Fitbit watch, guys. Here it is. And it just tracks the number of steps that I'm doing. So if you do 5,000 steps, you're probably doing about 3 miles, but it gives you the time and the date. Let's see if you can go on there and get any closer. And then it tracks the number of steps that you've done. So see, for today, it's 12:57 here, and I've done 1,400 steps. So it may just be you walking inside, but you're now conscious of the fact that you've been sitting for a long while and you need to take a break. Okay, and speaking of break, guys, we're going to take a break now and we're going to hear our commercials.
Hi, I'm Arlene, host of the television talk show Ask Arlene, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. And as a business consultant and life coach, I help you to move forward in your business, project, or endeavor. So if you always wanted to write a book, but you just haven't seemed to get started, or you always wanted to 10x that business that you already have, expand it to the next level, you know exactly what you need to do, but you just haven't done it? Well, I've already purchased all the courses, read all the books, the Tony Robbins, all sorts. I have several degrees, including a master's degree and credits toward a doctorate. I've sat with and met celebrities and done the networking. And what I've realized is what I really needed was a mastermind group of people working toward my project, my business, or my endeavor. So what I've done is met with coaches and met with experts and put them together to work on your project. So join us today for our Mastermind networking group. I'll see you there. Click the link below and join us.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for all of us at the Ask Arlene Show, which airs on Thursday evenings at 6:30. I wish you love, I wish you joy, peace, happiness, hope. This is the season, guys. This is the season for us to celebrate ourselves. And our show is all about overcoming and getting unstuck and being empowered and being the best version of yourself. And this season is the season where you can truly embody that. So regardless of what's going on with COVID-19 and the job situation and the career situation, whatever's going on, I'd like for you to take this message. The message is to focus on the good. Focus on something that's going on in your life right now that brings you joy, that gives you hope, that gives you a feeling of sustainability, like I can do this. Yes. That's what I'd like you to focus on, okay? That's my message to you. Join us next Thursday at 6:30. Bye. Hey, and welcome back to the Ask Arlene Show. The show, like I said, where you get to ask us the questions and we answer them. Okay, so want to make sure our audio is good. Okay, so we've been talking about the 5K steps per day. And usually it takes me about the same amount of time that it takes to do this show to walk the 5,000 steps, which is about 3 miles or a little less than 3 miles. So I'm really excited to spend the time with you today. And I hope that it is going to be worthwhile because you're going to be listening to what we're talking about today and taking action. Because one of the 10 secrets to overcoming fear and getting unstuck is actually taking action. So if you listen to the words that I'm saying, but you don't get up off the couch and do any of the activities, then is it really as beneficial as it could be? Well, probably not. So that's why we're here. We're here to say there are tools and techniques, some that will assist you depending on which avenue you'd like to go in. So as I always say, the reason why we picked the 5K per day challenge as the challenge for you is because everyone can be involved. There's absolutely no one that can't be involved. As a matter of fact, I was at the track the other day and I saw someone at the track with a walker. So he was on his walker and he was going along. And I saw another gentleman at the track one day and I was so surprised, but he was in a wheelchair and he was using his arms and he was getting his exercise. So listen, as a community, we need to move forward. We need to get unstuck. We need to have peak performance during this COVID-19 season. And one of the ways that we can do this is by movement. Okay, movement. So if you're already walking 20,000 steps per day, I still want you to join the group, join with us, get somebody else to come along that you know is not doing it, that needs to do it, and let them walk with us. It's during lunchtime, guys. So you can do it at lunch at 12 o'clock, or you can do it in the mornings before you go to work, or before you start working in your respective areas of expertise. Perhaps you're working in your own home, but take a walk around the block, a little bit before you get started on your work. Okay, so time frame, guys, our show is only 29 minutes. And so I'm only going to be before you for another couple of minutes, but I want to make sure that everybody is on board with this, that you understand what you're going to do and where you're going to sign up. Okay? Because the idea is that if you tell us that you're working with us, then we can encourage you to keep going. We can encourage you to do the 5K steps. And the philosophy or the science behind it is that there's a collective consciousness. So you know how they're talking about COVID-19 and they're saying that if you take the vaccine and enough people take the vaccine, eventually there'll be this herd immunity because so many of us are going to be immune. Okay, well, let's say a similar concept with this 5K per day walk. The idea is that more and more of us who decide to get up and walk are going to influence others of us who may not be walking to also get up and walk. So each one reach one, each one teach one, all right? So that our time will be so much more valuable. If we all work together to help each other to move forward, then it'll be a collective win. Okay, because as I elevate and I do more and I become more, all of those friends around me are going to become more and do more. There's a statistic that says that everyone will make and earn within $5,000 of the people that are your friends or those that you associate with, those that you spend most of your time with, because there's a collective consciousness. Pretty much if they hear a great stock tip, they're going to say, hey, Joe, hey, Jane, did you hear about this great stock tip? And all of you are going to invest based on this collective consciousness, this collective body of knowledge. Just like if all of your friends are sitting on the couch eating bonbons, they're going to say, hey, I tried this new chip. It's vinegar and salt. That's my favorite. That's my nemesis, salt and vinegar chips, guys. Okay, you know my secret. And my friends, I'm going to try to encourage them to eat the salt and vinegar chips too. Okay, if that's what I'm into. So there's something called the collective consciousness. And that's the same thing with business. If you'll notice, the people who are very successful business owners are also surrounded by others who are very successful business owners. Because it's not that we're exclusive or necessarily that we don't want to associate with other people, but it's just that the consciousness is not there. So if you would like to be a part of a circle, but your conversation is not in line with what those people are discussing, you will not be comfortable. They will not be comfortable. And eventually you guys won't be friends anymore. Okay. So here's a story. And many of you have kids, so you can understand from a perspective of kids. So I had a situation where a young person came to a new school and she looked completely different from the other kids because she came from another area. She came from another neighborhood. And the young lady was a lady of color. She was dark skinned. And the other school that she came into was full of kids who were of the European persuasion. Okay. And the crazy thing is, the longer that young lady was in that school, the more she began to look like the kids in the school. She began to behave like them. She began to dress like them. She began to talk like them. Her clothing was like them. And more, she just seemed like them. Oh, I see James Bramble. Yay! So happy to have you on listening with us today. So she became more and more like the people that she was around. And that's the same concept with this 5,000 steps per day challenge. The idea is that as you get up and do the 5,000 steps, you're going to influence those around you to do it if they're not already doing it. And if you're doing even more, the idea is that you're going to grab some other people and say, hey, I'm doing this challenge. It's only till the end of the year. I need for you to join me so that we can win this prize. And what are you going to win? You're going to win an opportunity to go live on air. Well, you're not live. We'll let you, work it out. But you're going to be on air on the television show talking about your journey in terms of how it was for you walking the 5,000 steps per day. And also you'll have an opportunity to talk about your business, your project, or your endeavor. So if you're in business and you're doing something and you want to share it, great. If you have a book, you have an opportunity to talk about your book. So your 5K steps and whatever else you'd like to share with us. Okay. So that's what we're going to do as far as the winner. But it's so important that we do something. So some of you for this COVID-19 season, you're giving out food at the food pantry, or you're giving money to help people who may not be able to continue in their work or who have kids and need extra funds. That's all great. But one of the things that is really key is that we be more healthful during this season. And so this is an opportunity for us to work together collectively and become more healthful. So I only have 2 minutes left, but hoping that if you have any questions about this challenge, that you're going to type it in and ask me online. After the show, the close of the show, you'll see all of the credits. So you'll see all the ways that you can contact us and be able to ask us anything that you'd like, or even you may have suggestions as to how we're going about doing this challenge, and you want to share those with us as well. So that is also going to be wonderful. So hopefully I'm going to see you in the group, and we'll have an opportunity to talk together, not only about the 5,000 steps per day challenge, but about your business project or endeavor. I would like to say thank you and congratulations to those of you who have already signed up in our group to do the challenge with us. And like I said, when you win, we win. When I win, you win. So let's all work together to do better during this COVID-19 season. And as I said in the break, this is the holiday season. And so I would love to wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And during this time, focus on something that is positive, something that makes you feel good. I want you to focus on not so much the challenges that are going on, but focus on something that makes you feel great, that lifts you up, that illuminates you. Because the more you focus on that thing, that's what will grow. So whatever you focus on grows. So let's begin to focus on the things that make us happy and bring us joy. Thanks for spending the time with me. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.